you ever had the death wobble? The dreaded death wobble. Going down the road, your steering wheel starts doing this, the whole front end feels like it's going to come out from under the Jeep. And the only way you can get to stop is to come to a complete stop. And if you're a long ways from home, that could be a major problem. Okay, the very first time I had a death wobble, we had just been in the mountains. Never had any trouble with the Jeep. And you have several components under there that it could be. It could be the track bar. It could be your drag link, your tie rods, ball joints. It could be upper or lower control arms. It could be any of those particular things. So I'm going to show you the very first thing that happened to me. And we forever could not understand why Squeaker Toy was so squeaker, how it actually got its name. If you've got a squeak and it sounds like it's coming from your springs, it's not coming from your springs. It's coming from your lower, or it could be your upper control arm. So we got to looking, and this was my problem and my death wobble. As you can tell, this is completely gone. And if I open it up a little bit, you can see how much give and stuff that's got in it. That was my first problem. And so it was driving me crazy because this end, you could get to pretty easy, and I couldn't see any problem with it. But when I got to this other end, I'm like, oh, I don't think that looks good. I don't think that's right. So I went ahead and ordered me 2 new ones from Extreme Terrain, and I got them at a good price. And so I put them on. Since I have a 6-inch lift on Squeaker Toy, I had to have adjustable ones, so I bought the adjustable ones. The second reason, I'll go show you. Okay, we're here under the Jeep. Rowdy's got to be part of it, so I have my boy right there. So I'm going to turn around and show you what my second problem was. Those are called the ball joints. There's one on the upper side and one on the lower side. Now, this can be a major thing. It can be a major thing in order to change. They're pretty easy to take out. You have to take your wheel off. Then you have to take the nut off in order to pull the axle out. And then you have your brake disc that has come off. And then you pull that whole assembly off. Then you can get to them, and usually you can just drive them out with a hammer. And then, but putting them back in is a major problem. And you're going to need the help of a press. I'm going to show you what that looks like right up here. Now, the last one that I was going to talk to you about, I just thought something else has gone wrong with the Jeep. And if you're out on a trail, it can be very aggravating. And so I'm getting ready to show you what that is. Now, here on Squeaker Toy, I've got 35-inch tires, and I've got 20-inch rims. Now, these are fuel rims, and as you can tell, they set back in there quite a bit. So my tires stand out quite a bit. That's the reason my Jeep's so muddy. And those road scars right there, that's another story. I didn't get the video on how this happened, but it was 14 hours in the mountains, and it was very stressful. I may give a story about that one day. But mud was caked about 4 or 5 inches on one side of this wheel. And as I started down the road, this thing went crazy. And so we had to limp back toward Newport. And when I got there, I pulled in and we washed the Jeep down. And once I got that washed out, I was still thinking I probably had a problem. Couldn't get over 25 miles an hour without the Jeep going crazy. And I got that washed off. We started down the road and the Jeep drove smooth and I had no more death wobble. So check your wheels. Your wheels, if they got mud caked on them, can definitely cause a death wobble, and it can cause a really bad death wobble. One other thing is this Pitman arm. Make sure your Pitman arm stays good and tight. Those Pitman arms can come loose, or I've had it to happen 3 or 4 times. And you'll notice it coming loose if you're driving down the road and you feel your Jeep, when you go to go around a curve, it hesitates and you have to turn your wheel a little bit in order for it to work. That's more than likely your problem. So make sure you put some Loctite on that. And happy Jeeping. I hope this video is informative. It's just things that I've learned since we've been driving our Jeep. Now, our Jeep is a daily driver straight up to the mountains and on some pretty rugged trails. So I hope this video teaches you something or helps you to look for problems with your Jeep. Thank you for watching.